Hello. I hope you're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Oh, also, whoops. I just realized I forgot. I usually always light a stick of incense, and I forgot to light it. Come on. There we go. Okay. So tonight, to start off with the collectives, we'll be using the Tarot of the Divine, the Beltane Oracle deck, and the Illuminators Amulet. Also, just as a reminder, by the way, for those who might not be aware, the Beltane deck, Oracle deck that I just mentioned, Beltane, the date is actually coming up soon. And that's on, Wednesday? On April 1st. Or May 1st, my goodness. Ugh. Tuesday I might actually do a special stream with special readings. I'm unsure, though. But haven't quite decided yet. But if you guys are interested in that, let me know. It'll probably just be readings. So, Beltane is essentially it's a celebration that usually involves it's usually like a it involves bonfires, essentially. They were, throughout most of history, they've been seen, fire itself in general has been seen as like a purifying element, and so essentially Beltane was a celebration where you would kind of let go of you would let go of things that have kinda been holding you back a little bit, and essentially open up to abundance and growth, essentially. So the readings would kind of be centered around that, essentially asking what would need to be, you know, quote unquote purified or let go of, and also potentially what is being set up for you, what opportunities are coming along for you. Ooh, darn hiccups. It's also a season of passion and fertility and unions and such. It's a very popular season for marriages in particular, so. But yeah, so that's essentially what the readings would be centered around on Tuesday if I were to do any sort of special readings for Beltane. Aw. That sucks. I hope you still have fun there, though. Okay. What message do we need to hear today? Heck yeah. Reversed. Reversed. Okay, we have here the Six of Cups reversed, Two of Swords, the Hermit reversed, King of Cups, and the Nine of Coins. I knew I was in for a roasting. Well, seems like there might be some fears you have surrounding your future. I'm wondering where that's going to be leading you. What the point of it is? Perhaps even how to move forward. And this is essentially getting in your way a little bit because you're focusing a lot on it. You're worried that you're alone in this, that you won't have the support that you need to make it through this situation. You might feel a bit isolated. and you're wondering if you have what it takes to actually see this through. The King of Cups is here to remind you that you do, even if you don't see it, and that there is something at the end here with the Nine of Coins. There are rewards at the end of this, even if you can't see them yet. Confront those fears. Also, with this as well, I get the sense to the Two of Swords, there's also perhaps a bit of feeling like things are out of your control. Like you don't have control over the situation. Like you don't have a choice. But you do. Perhaps take the time to reflect internally on if you're actually following what you want. Or are you doing something because someone else expects it of you? See what the Oracle wants to add. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a very fitting card to get here. B. Don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. Keyword here is possibilities. Every day, thousands and thousands of hardworking bees travel miles in search of pollen to bring back to the hive as nourishment. Perhaps bee would rather stay inside the hive out of fear of being a tiny little creature in a big wide world. But bee knows it cannot build without the right resources, and that it must be willing to leave the comforts of home in search of more. Bee has sought you out today to remind you to be willing to put yourself out there. The universe will provide for your needs, but you must be willing to step outside the box. There is never just one source and always many possibilities waiting for you. One lost opportunity will be replaced by another, but perhaps wrapped in different packaging. And one relationship gone will be filled with the love of someone who can better attend to your needs, even if this new love is the exact opposite of your usual type. Just as bee travels from flower to flower, you too may need to try different avenues and trust your inner wings to guide you until your potential is distributed to the right place. As you reach beyond your familiar boundaries, you will begin to expand your idea of what is good, right, and possible. The further you extend yourself, the more resources, tools, people, and opportunities you shall find. Bee reminds you to keep an open mind, as doing what you've always done will get you what you already have. Consider avenues you would never dream of embracing. You may find a whole new field of flowers from which to pick. So, you have opportunities. Many possibilities. And if you feel like one has been taken from you, that doesn't mean it's the end. There will always be more options, even if you can't see them yet. Quite yet. The Illuminator's Amulet card here is Unveil Your Truth. Okay. So for anyone who needed to hear that message, I hope it helps. Speaking of opportunities, as I was putting the cards back in here, I noticed the card that's on the bottom. It's the Ace of Coins. Opportunities indeed. Go ahead. Okay. What message do those who might be watching need to hear today? Reversed. Reversed. That's very interesting. We have the Queen of Swords reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, and the Eight of Wands. So, for some reason, what's coming through for this one is very interesting. Because, for some reason, what's coming through for that Queen of Swords reversed in particular is vulnerability. I get the sense that you're having trouble being vulnerable with people. And that's leading to you having difficulties connecting with people. And being as open with people as you would like to be. And it seems like the time to change that has come. There will be momentum here. This will be gaining momentum. And it seems like you may be experiencing soon, if not already, beginning to notice some changes. It seems like you'll be experiencing some shifts here with that soon, so. So, just keep working on that, essentially. Keep taking action with that. Keep doing your best. Don't force it, obviously, because that's also not good. And along with this, if someone's judged you for this in the past, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I get the sense that that's why you've had difficulty being vulnerable with people, is perhaps someone at some point in your life has been very cruel and harsh to you and very judgmental of you. But don't let that hold you back, okay? Okay. And let's see what the Oracle icons said.
Discovery, go and throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control.
Yeah, now that I'm feeling free. It's usually why I'm more of a reserved person. Anytime I try to open up to anyone, it usually ends in pain. Which is why I tend to just close myself off. That's something Mr. Sass won't let me do anymore. So. Okay, looks like an ad break is coming up here in like 15 seconds, so I'm gonna hold off on reading this card just in case people get stuck in ads. But the card here is Stone Circle. Of course, now the ads are just gonna be like... No. It's just sitting on ad starting soon now. Well, I'll start reading it. Let me know if ads interrupt it. Of course. Right as I say that. Right as I say that, it's just like, hi, here I am. Hahaha. Okay, it looks like the ad break is over. And also, apparently, this card has another message that's going to go in line with that Eight of Wands there. So, the card here is Stone Circle. In ceremony you conjure a devotion so deeply it reflects thy worship into yourself. Keyword here is ceremony. Ceremony isn't just about magic and manifestation. It is absolutely a moment to channel your power and send your intentions out into the spiritual world, but it's also a moment to yourself, a devotion to the things that are most important to you, to who you're working to become, or to the life you've dreamt of for so long. While there is a certain power in elaborate spiritual workings, know that magic is also available to you in the small moments of the day. You have found yourself with Stone Circle today because you have been living too fast. You are being guided to see the small magic and to notice the blessings, signs, and energy that are swirling around you. You'll know the small magic by the way it makes you feel. You may notice it in the warm smile of a child, or perhaps the sudden fragrance of a nearby flower. Or perhaps your favorite song has been playing in the background, but has only just now caught your ear. Any moment that grabs a hold of you can be a ceremony of mindfulness and rest. Additionally, seek ways to invite more ritual into your daily life, as doing so is an invitation to awaken to the subtle energies all around you, and an opportunity to connect with your own spiritual power. Very interesting. So, take the time to slow down a little, okay? Slow down and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. A little. I know that's what I've been trying to do a lot lately. Which is why I've just kind of been taking the time to just do nothing but sit back and just watch whatever I feel like watching at the moment. So, I've been watching a lot of horror movies. I finally got around to watching the second season of Alice in Borderland. And if any of you don't know what that is, if you've heard of Squid Games and like that premise, Alice in Borderlands has a similar vibe, but it is much, much different. It has 2 seasons. The ending of that one fucked me up, though. Okay, let's see what the Illuminators Amulet wants to add here. Why was... okay. Just one card immediately. Okay. Card here is Beyond a Doubt. So, yes. Take some time to slow down. Enjoy the simple pleasures of life, okay? Go take some time to go do things you enjoy. Progress isn't going to be undone just by sitting back and enjoying yourself, okay? It's a necessary part of making progress towards things. That goes for anything. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah. So take time to slow down, okay? Just enjoy things. Okay? You've put all this work into addressing these things here, okay? These 2 things over here. And yes, there's still going to be progress, but also It's okay to slow down. It's okay to slow down. So I hope that message helps. Okay. And with that, it's time to open the queue. Okay, queue is now open. Okay. What decks would you like, Adam? Okay. Okay. What message does Adam need to hear today? Okay. First. First. Okay. Yeah. So we have here the Four of Cups reversed. The Seven of Cups. The Queen of Swords again. Reversed. And the Queen of Wands. I almost thought that this was the Lover's card because this is pretty much the same, like, a very similar image to what's on the Lover's card in my main tarot deck, the Tarot of the Divine. It's like Beauty and the Beast. But no, it's Queen of Wands. Okay. So, essentially, there's a sense of, just kind of restlessness here. Restlessness, uncertainty, kind of, uncertain of what direction to be going in, what you should be doing. You feel like there's a lot ahead of you and you're not really sure where to go. Quite where to focus and where you should be putting in the work, essentially. And, essentially, I think here there's kind of like a sense of like judgment of yourself, or you're worried about other people judging you. And also, there's also a similar vibe of like vulnerability here too. And like vulnerability issues. And just kind of, wanting to, wanting to cut people off and distance yourself, essentially. And essentially, you're kind of being asked here to take some time alone to reflect on things, okay? Reflect on things. What is it that you want out of this situation? Where do you hope to be at the end of this? Where are you potentially letting things slip by? Yeah. And it's something that you've been asked before to let go of. You make mistakes, you think that's deserving of punishment. And so you take it upon yourself to punish yourself because you feel like you need it, but that's not the solution. That's the problem. You do have a lot of kindness and compassion in you. You just struggle to see it. That's what the Queen of Wands is here to remind you of. Put that towards yourself. Let others give that to you as well, okay? I know it can be hard to accept at times, but that's, I think, where the vulnerability issues are coming in. Let other people give that to you. I know it's hard at times, and I know you kinda... In my case, I get really squirmy about it. As it just kind of makes me uncomfortable. And that's kind of when Mr. Sass takes it upon himself to just kind of bear hug me as hard as he can. Just, do your best to let people give that to you, okay? Particularly when it's coming from spirit guides. I mean, I'm sure if you wanted him to, Mr. Sass could also kind of, he could also, you know, bear hug you as tightly as possible and kind of turn you into a bit of a pancake if you let him. Remember that he's not limited to just being in one place. He's not limited to just being in one place at one time. Works a little bit differently for them. Yeah. Yeah. It's just try your best to push through some of the discomfort that you experience when others try to give you that warmth. I know your guides are likely trying to do the same thing. Not even likely, I know they are, okay? we pretty much share. Like, yeah. We share a few of them, okay? They're trying to give you that so you can kind of try to give that to yourself as well, okay? And I know sometimes during particularly difficult moments, it may be really, really hard to not want to push them away. But try to push through that, okay? And let's see what the Oracle deck wants to add here. Okay. Oh, we have two cards here. We have Withdraw. That's a... Oh, it's a fox. For a second I was wondering if that was a cat. No, it's a fox. And that one's going very in line with the Four of Cups there. And... Reclaim. Withdraw. This card is reflective of the winter season, the time of stillness, death, and collecting our resources. It calls for a retreat of sorts. While our culture values productivity, doing, acting, and pushing forward, Spirit is asking you to take a break and to relax. Go within yourself, find stillness, gather your strength for what is to come. We often find the solutions when we need when we step away from all that we are doing and allow ourselves to unfold. And for these cards, there's an animal, plant, and stone association. For this, the animal association is fox. The fox teaches us how to find balance between being social and solitary. While foxes may spend some time within a pack, for the most part they are solitary creatures that hunt alone and then retreat each day to their den or hollow. The fox teaches us how to be comfortable alone, no matter where we are or what we are doing. Call upon fox if you struggle with feeling at ease in your own company. The plant association is yew. The yew has many incredible techniques that it uses to guarantee its longevity. Among them is the process where the branches grow internal roots so that even though the main trunk may die, a new tree, connected to the original, is already growing. Another process it uses is that when the branches reach the ground, they embed themselves and become roots that lead to the formation of a separate tree. Yew teaches us that to go within always brings a rebirth, and that doing so regularly is a key to our personal development. Call upon Yew as an ally if you need support in creating a container for your personal hibernation. Stone association here is Pymonite and Pymonite. Oftentimes, when the words withdraw and hibernate are used, people envision solitude and inactivity and possibly a cabin in the woods. But for most of us, this is not possible. We must still live our lives, maintain our relationships, and tend to what needs to get done. In doing this, pyrite is an excellent ally for bringing joy to the mundane and enlivening our senses while we still remain in the underworld, doing our internal work. And yeah, sometimes this just kind of means taking time for yourself, okay? Just taking a little bit of time each day for yourself and just kind of doing whatever the fuck it is that you want, okay? Take some time alone, go do something fun and recharge, okay? And you've already been doing this a little bit, okay? So just keep doing this. Just keep doing this, okay? But take the time to reflect as well, okay? And reclaim is your second card here. That's odd. That's a phrase I've used recently. You were born as a perfectly imperfect human with gifts, talents, medicine, wisdom, and knowing. Growing up in a culture that does not nurture these gifts creates misalignment with our highest truth. Reclamation can be a lifetime process as it is continually awakening to ancient medicine we knew in other lifetimes, and soul wisdom. There is no rule book or map for this journey. This card calls your attention to what stirs deep inside your soul memory. We are often drawn to places, people, experiences, music, etc. that we know on a cellular level, but our logical mind may not understand why. This card asks you to follow your intuition, trust that desire, and follow it. Reclaim your knowing, your power, your medicine, and your healing. Enjoy the mystery and stories unfolding. Animal association here is panther. To see a panther live is often accompanied with a feeling of awe at how at home it appears in its body, environment, and movement. Panther has an overwhelming aura of confidence. It may be laying or sauntering, but it can spring into action in a split second. Panthers are also incredibly solitary animals. They live, hunt, and travel alone. The work of reclamation can also be a lonely journey. It can also be one filled with doubts and questions. Panther can teach us how to reclaim our wisdom and medicine with power, grace, confidence, and an appreciation of our solitude. The plant association for this is fireweed. Fireweed is a pioneer plant, meaning that after extreme soil disturbance, a wildfire for example, fireweed will establish colonies to repopulate the land and put nutrients back in the soil so other plants and trees can take root. As a plant ally, it teaches us how to restore ourselves after life takes a toll on us. In particular, it helps us learn our natural capacity to self-heal. The stone association here is golden apatite. Golden apatite is a helpful ally to those who have been worn down and are feeling small. Its fiery energy supports us in standing up for ourselves and reclaiming our confidence. Many of us were raised to play small, be humble, and cautious. Golden apatite is a guide in breaking free of these ingrained limitations. Call upon golden apatite when you need support in reclaiming your true, confident, and empowered self. Okay. And let's see what the Eventide Affirmations deck wants to add for you here. Oof. I really love giving you this one. Okay. First one here. I am worthy of having my needs honored. Second one. I can love and accept all parts of myself. Third one. I welcome challenges knowing I will grow and expand through them. And last one. Very much going in line with this one as well. I am unafraid of the fire within. So, I hope that message helps. Of course.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay. You're up next, Pixie. Do you know what decks you would like? If you type in the exclamation point choose command there, yeah, thank you, Adam. You can look at the list of decks at that link there. You can choose one from each of the 3 categories. Okay. And what Oracle deck would you like? Okay. And which of the extra decks would you like? The extra decks are kind of like affirmation decks, essentially. Okay. Hello. It's nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Okay. I actually think I'll go with Eventide again. Okay. What message does Pixie need to hear today? Hey, Adam. At about 6:30, would you remind me to issue a last call for the queue? That's about in like 15-ish minutes. Nope, it's still open. You can go ahead and join if you want to. Okay. Okay, you have 3 major arcana cards here. We have Justice, the Tower reversed, and the Magician. So, this past situation that kind of led to things feeling very unstable and uncertain and very unbalanced here. Things will be set back into balance here, okay? Even if it doesn't seem like it right now. As difficult as it may seem, still, I get the sense that it's still something that's weighing pretty heavily currently. Even if it doesn't seem like it right now, trust that things will come back into balance again, even if you can't quite see it yet, okay? Things will work out better than you expect here, okay? Okay? Just keep holding on to that belief, okay? Keep holding on to that belief. The things that you want here are possible. Okay. And let's see what the Moonology oracle wants to add here. Okay. We have New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. And this one I feel has a different message, despite what it says at face value. New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. We'll see what the entry for this one actually has to say, 'cause, sometimes there's more than it seems at face value here. I often do use these just at face value. But I feel like there's something more here with this one, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and read the entries for these. Okay. New Moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years' time. That will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve, which goes very, very in line with the Magician card there, and essentially whatever you're working towards currently, whatever you're hoping for currently, whatever you're trying to manifest currently, this is possible. There are many possibilities ahead here, and whatever you put that focus into, will pay off, okay? And then, yeah. So essentially, whatever you're working towards, whatever you're hoping for, this is essentially a good sign here for whatever it is, which again, seems to be in regards to resetting the balance of things here. So, this period of intensity, struggle, uncertainty, instability, things will be put into balance again, okay? And let's see. New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you, and where do you want to go? The New Moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it, so if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these into your routines now, however you've been feeling. If the situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. Oh yeah, I didn't read the last section, but these cards usually include like a little section that's called Attuned to the Moon that includes like a little positive affirmation of sorts. For this one, it says recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. It also says, like, so this one seems to be very health-centric. It also says down here, Virgo is the sign of health, service, and analysis. Its energy is precise and has a feel of the harvest about it. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order, so that's what you need to do at the time of the Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. Which is going very, very in line with kind of resetting the balance here, putting things back into balance. So, interesting. Okay. Also, hello. I like your username, by the way. Let's see what the Eventide Affirmations deck wants to add here. Okay. So we have here, I am a magnet for opportunity. So, if you've been experiencing any doubts about things working out the way that you want them to, essentially overall, that's kind of the vibe here overall with this reading, is even if you don't see how, or you don't see, even if you don't see how, or you don't see any of the changes yet, just know that this period of struggle, of uncertainty, and just chaos will be put back into balance again, okay? Things will work out for the better here. Just do your best to believe in that. Okay? So I hope that message helps. Of course. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. You're up, Bree. Okay. Also, before I forget, let me go ahead and issue a last call for Q here. Leave Q open here for a few more minutes, so if you want to join, you may still do so. But I'll be closing it here soon. Hey. Okay. What message does Bree need to hear today? Okay. Reversed. Okay. Okay. Well. We have the Three of Swords. This one had words. It started spitting out like cards immediately, and this one just jumped out so quick and with like such a force. So, yeah, we have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands reversed, Temperance reversed, and the Moon. So, yeah, you've been dealing with a lot lately. You've been very hard on yourself, it seems. You've been very hard on yourself. And also, potentially, there have been some things also that have kind of, just caused some pain here. Whether that be internal or external. I get the sense that this is mostly internal, but there probably is a little bit of both. So you've been very hard on yourself. You've been very critical of yourself. There are a lot of fears, doubts, worries. A lot of uncertainty, it seems, that's been going on. And it's led to you feeling very, very overwhelmed. And it seems like you've been trying to kind of do a bit too much here with the Ten of Wands. You're trying to take on too much, you're feeling overwhelmed, trying to do much of anything right now is just going to increase that feeling of being overwhelmed. And you're pushing yourself really, really hard, which is leading to a lot of frustration and potentially impatience here. And you're kind of just really struggling to just kind of see any point in things. So, follow that inner instinct, okay? The moon here, the moon card is a card of many things. There is a bit of uncertainty here and like the unknown here with the moon, but also the moon is a card of intuition. As well. Follow that call, follow that instinct, wherever it's leading you, okay? If there's something within you that's just calling to you, that's telling you to just, like, take a break and go do something else, go do that. Take some time out from things if you need to, okay? It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And it's okay if things don't make sense currently, if you have no idea where you're being led, where all of this leads, okay? It's okay if you don't know that yet. But take some time to just recharge, okay? I get the feeling that that's kind of where that inner call is kind of leading you, but you've just kind of been ignoring it, trying to continue pushing forward and be productive, which is just kind of furthering this, overwhelming feeling, so. Okay. Let's see what the Oracle had here. How did I know that this card would pop out? How did I know this card would pop out? Specifically given what I said about this. And not knowing where that path leads. I knew this card would pop out. Trust your path. And protection. Okay, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north, and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail that lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you've journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you were planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. So, just trust that no matter where you're being led, that no matter where you're being led, and even if you have no clue where it's leading currently, just trust that things will work out the way that they're meant to. And also, comes with a message that progress doesn't have to be massive steps. Sometimes it can just be little steps every once in a while, okay? And that's okay. Given the 2 cards that popped out here too, I would also add to that trust that no matter what, you'll be supported and protected no matter what you do, okay? And I get the sense that I'm still gonna read the card anyway, but I get the sense that the protection card is just gonna essentially be about protecting your energy. I get the vibe that that's what it's trying to kind of say here. And that includes taking time for yourself to just kind of pull away from everything else, forget about all the other shit that you've got going on, and just take some time for yourself to recharge. Okay. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. You are being called to protect your energy and call back your power. May all the lost pieces return home now. Take a look at who and what drains your energy. Do not keep your tabs open. Shut down energetically each night. Energetic cords are formed between people, places, objects, and events, so it's important to keep checking in. Your energy and energetic space are sacred, so treat them as such. Keeping your energy clear takes work. As we go through life, we can give away our power, so it is important that we call it back by cutting energetic cords, or doing a form of healing known as soul retrieval. Can you think of a traumatic event, relationship, or soul memory that you are being called to call back your power from? Check into your body now and see which energy center feels like it needs a bit of an energetic cleanup. So, yes, it's about protecting your energy, essentially. Okay. And let's see what the Thera-pets deck wants to add. Okay. We have this one, which also immediately popped out, which is funny because it goes very, very in line with that energy of the 3 of Swords. Stop calling yourself garbage. You're a blueberry fairy princess. You are amazing. Stop talking down to yourself. Stop tearing yourself down, okay? Also going in line with that, you are enough. Today, tomorrow, always. So you got 2 adorable cats. No kidding. Got an adorable galaxy cat and Lisa Frank cat crossed with, like, Cheshire cat vibes. You're still making progress, even on your worst days. Very fitting. And the truth is, you're far more capable than you feel. I hope that message helps. Good, I'm glad. Okay. Before I forget, let me go ahead and close the cube. And you're up next, Kels. Okay. And what decks would you like? Okay. What message does Kels need to hear today? First. 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 Right first. We have the World, the Page of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So, these both did pop out upright, but they both kind of like flipped in reverse as well. When I asked them what direction they wanted to be in. Which also kind of tells me that, like, again, like, both sides of that energy are being called on. And I get the sense that that's because you're also kind of being hard on yourself in a way. Perhaps because you feel like you're taking, you feel like you're taking too much time to just do the fun things. Or that you're not doing enough. That you could be doing more. You could be putting more effort into actually working towards the things that actually should matter here. And here's the thing. I get the sense that this is particularly in regards to work. You feel like you're not contributing anything. You feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like you could be doing more. You feel like you're just spending your time, wasting your time, doing nothing but having fun. But here's the thing. You can't force things to happen when they're out of your control. Okay? As much as it would be nice to just be like, hey, give me a job. You can't really do that. So, you're being a bit hard on yourself here. For just kind of, you know, having too much fun here, essentially. You feel like you could be doing more. That you should be being productive, actually doing things that, you know, matter, and you can only do so much, okay? Ultimately, know that it's out of your control. Yeah. Yeah, I get that vibe too. And I do also want to point out too that one of the cards that did kind of like flip over in the deck but didn't like fall out is the Hierophant. I did acknowledge it, but I did turn it back over. Essentially kind of what's coming out of that one for me is, particularly with that Hierophant card that did flip over in the deck, the thing lately that's kind of been coming to mind for that with that one is that essentially like the story that's attached to the image, and the story that's attached to the image is known as White Buffalo Woman. She's a Lakota deity. It's a piece of Lakota mythology. Lakota being a Native American tribe that resided originally around the Dakotas. So, anyway, she was the Lakota deity. She was responsible for teaching the traditions and knowledge to her people, essentially. And essentially helped everyone find their place where they belonged. Everyone had a role. Everyone mattered. And, it didn't matter what role they had. They were equally important to the survival of the tribe. And that's kind of what's been coming out of that particular card with this deck. The Hierophant, from this deck here. That's what's been coming out of that card for me lately. So essentially, I take that to mean that there is a place for you somewhere. Okay? Even if you haven't found it yet, even if you don't see it yet, even if you're struggling to believe it, there is a place for you, okay? A position for you somewhere. You'll find it when you're meant to. It's not something you can really force quite yet. Well, really, it's not something you can force, okay? It's okay if you're not there quite yet. But, I get the sense, again, with the World card here, that this is something that is close. It's something that's on the horizon, okay? It's on the horizon. But for now, let the things fall away. As this chapter of your life closes, let the things fall away that need to fall away, okay? And I know how hard it can be to kind of get over those feelings when you feel like you're not really doing anything productive and you're just kind of, you know, only doing the fun stuff and you're worried about, like, procrastinating and such. There's only so much you can do. I've been in this same position for the past 7 years. Largely in part due to the fact that I let my anxieties get the best of me. I continually tore myself down, which only made my mental health worse. And because of that, I wasn't able to actually really dedicate the time that I should have to actually working on finding a job somewhere. I tried. It didn't pan out, and I was just so hard on myself about it. Especially since again, as like time dragged on, I just felt like more and more of a burden on my partner. And it's only just now that I'm actually beginning to somewhat come out of that place. For now, this is where I've been led. Because, for whatever reason, they believed that I could help people. I still struggle to believe that I do, that I can, and that I am. But they continually reassure me that I can, and that I do. Which is why they're a bit pushy about me staying here. Even though there are a lot of days where I just kind of consider not. A lot of days that I just consider giving up and just walking away again. Yeah, I know what that's like. And I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Let's see what the Moon Witch Oracle wants to add. Okay, we have 13, Divine Feminine, step into your power, and Kali, step into unknown. Do not be afraid. Divine Feminine, step into your power. The number 13 is the number of death, rebirth, creation, fertility, and blood. It also represents femininity. It is a magical number with historical roots and powerful meanings. We have 13 moon cycles almost every year. The average woman also experiences 13 periods per year and ovulates on the 13th day of her cycle. In pagan times, the year was divided into 13 months. The new month began every 28 days in accordance with the moon and women's menstrual cycles. In fact, when a woman was bleeding, she was considered to embody the divine. Before modern patriarchal times, Friday the 13th was considered the day of the goddess. It was a day to worship the divine feminine and to honor the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Do not let old tales and prejudices hold you back. Do not let anyone tell you how you're supposed to feel or behave. Do not force yourself to conform. Make your own rules. Step fully into your power. Remember this truth. You are a goddess in the flesh, and you have an untamed power no one can take away. Okay. And Kali. Step into the unknown. Do not be afraid. Kali is the Hindu goddess of time, destruction, transformation, and revolution. Kali is tough love. She is the goddess of the dark moon. Kali, the destroyer, the warrior, and the dark mother, is often harsh. Her skin is colored black or dark blue as a result of consuming all the darkness and negativity in the universe, leaving nothing but bliss behind. She has the power to destroy the world, returning it to the dark void and ashes. Yet at the same time, Kali creates life out of nothingness. She does not fear anything. Where there is pain, she dances to bring happiness. Where there is worry and uncertainty, she dances to bring courage and confidence. Kali is here to remind us that everything in life has a cycle. The old must be cleared out to make room for the new. Very much goes in line with that. Ask yourself, are you afraid to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown? Are you stuck in fear? Are your attachments holding you back? Kali is asking you to level up, evolve, and take the first step into the unknown. You have her support. I have a bit of experience with her. She can be a bit intense, but she's also very loving. Okay, and let's see what the Thera-pets deck wants to add. They're coming out swinging a little bit with the Thera-pets cards. The first one to pop out. You don't have to be perfect to be lovable. There's no rule that says you have to have everything figured out right now. Every step forward is progress. And you are strong enough. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that message helps. Yeah. Particularly, remember these two, okay? Especially this one, okay? You don't have to be perfect, period, but you especially don't have to be perfect to be lovable. And also, yes, no, you don't have to have everything figured out. It's okay if you don't. In fact, most people don't have things figured out, okay? I don't. Even though it may seem like quite the opposite, I don't. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, okay? No fucking clue. I just kind of float along. That's about it. I mean that in like every aspect, every meaning of the word. I have no clue what I'm doing in like anything. Okay? None whatsoever. Like, that's a large part of the reason, by the way, why I just kind of like struggle to believe that I'm actually like providing anything useful, any amount of help here, because Sometimes I just kind of feel like I don't. Like, a lot of times I feel like I have no idea what I'm even, like, talking about. I just kind of go with it. I just kind of go with it. Like, I'll get specific feelings about something. And then I'll just kind of, like, go in that direction and talk about that, and just kind of go from there. Like, if it seems like I have my shit together in regards to this, I don't. I really don't. At least I feel that way. They tell me the opposite, as do pretty much most everyone else. That, like, I tell that to, so, yeah. 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 But yes. It's okay if you don't know what you're doing. It's okay if you don't have everything figured out. It's okay if you don't know where you're going. Okay? Specifically, if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, that's usually just imposter syndrome speaking. So, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Something I just kind of feel like pointing out to, just kind of as a related note in regards to all of this here, and feeling like you don't know what you're doing. Particularly, this is something that I, like, I felt kind of, like, insecure about when I, like, first started. To anyone out there who tries to do readings for themselves, or just readings in general, and you kind of feel like a bit of a fraud because you have to reference the books or notes that you've made. And that's kind of what they're there for. So don't feel bad about that, okay? I occasionally still have to reference it if I'm just completely drawing a blank. I'll look at notes I've written. Sometimes that happens. That's completely fine. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. The books are there for. That's what the notes you've written are for. That's what knowledge resources are there for. They're there for reference. They're there to be used. I blame the American school system for that one, though. Just the education system in general, really. I don't really feel like that's something that's specific to us. There's an emphasis placed on remembering things, memorizing things, performing under pressure when we take tests. And we're not given access to our, you know, like, notes and, like, resources when we take said tests. They claim they're preparing us for, you know, like, society, preparing us for the workforce, and it's just like, do you think they give a fuck in your fucking job if you have to go reference something to make sure you're doing something right? Fuck no! So why are you? But anyway. That goes for just about anything. If you feel like you have to have everything memorized, and that you can't ever reference, like, any resources or, like, knowledge bases that exist out there, that's just not true. You can. That's what they're there for. They're meant to be used for that. Okay? They're meant to be used for that. That still applies to tarot readings. Okay? Doesn't mean you're not a tarot reader, or that you're a bad one or something. Okay? Yeah. Yes, a phrase that you hear from me all the time, Adam. I could probably tell you so many stories about the rants that I go on. I have a lot to say about various topics. And given that I'm a Latina, they can get pretty intense and spicy sometimes, so. Okay, it's your turn, Zabu Ninja. What decks? Okay. Do you want the Threads of Fate Lumen Oracle or the Moon Witch Oracle? Those are two Oracle decks. Although, I mean, I guess if you want to substitute one of the affirmation decks for like another Oracle deck, that's actually fine if you want that. I don't mind doing that, actually. If those are like the two decks that you really want, I can do that. Okay. So instead of an affirmation deck, we'll just give you another Oracle deck, I suppose. Okay. Okay. What message does that ninja need to hear today? Okay. We've had a lot of major arcana tonight. We have Justice, the Hermit Reversed, and the Chariot. Okay, so, there's, some rebalancing here. That's going to be occurring. Or that, oh, my stomach just growled. I don't know if the camera might pick that up. My goodness. So, it seems you're being asked to, set things back into balance here. I don't get the sense that this isn't, like, entirely something, entirely, like, I guess, one-sided, if that makes sense. This is something that you can be putting effort into as well, but also that this is something that will, you'll kind of receive assistance in, like, rebalancing as well. Whatever form you believe a spirit to be in, if you believe in spirit at all, but, whether you believe in spirit guides, using universal energies, whatever form that you believe that in, okay? Essentially, I get a sense here that, specifically with the Hermit Reversed, that this is in regards to, feeling isolated. feeling isolated, feeling like you don't really have a sense of direction, no inner call to guide you, essentially. And this has led to you feeling a bit lost. And you're unsure of really what you should be doing to, like, fix this, essentially. Essentially, just kind of, do your best to, do your best to not, like, self-isolate too much, okay? If you have people close to you, perhaps now is the time to kind of spend a little bit of time with them. But either way, things will be rebalanced here, okay? And there will be changes in momentum, occurring here. So, just do what you can to start making progress towards changing this for yourself, okay? And I know this can be particularly difficult if you're, you know, introverted in particular. That may be something that you struggle with. Again, contrary to what it may seem, I myself am actually quite introverted and pretty reserved myself. I usually don't have a lot to say. I'm usually fairly quiet. I usually don't talk about myself a whole lot. But those are things that I have been doing my best to fight against. Because I also do have issues with vulnerability. Because in the past, that's usually ended very poorly for me. Not many friendships last very long for me. Not many people stick around for very long, really. Some take advantage of me. Many have used things that I have told them against me. In general, it usually just ends very poorly for me. So I tend to be mostly quiet. And pretty reserved, unless I feel like it's a space I can be open. And sometimes finding that balance is hard. But essentially, just keep doing what you can to challenge those beliefs, those feelings, okay? Whether you realize it or not, you already are kind of taking steps towards doing that by just really being present and kind of talkative here, okay? So, whether you see it or not, you are taking small steps towards doing that. And it's okay if it takes you a while to work up towards putting yourself out there in a bigger way. That's completely fine. Take all the time you need. This doesn't have to be something that's rushed. Okay? But just keep reflecting internally on things. Try your best to challenge some of those beliefs and those feelings. Okay? And continue trying to take small steps towards actually changing that. Even if it ends up in just being like a small way, okay? Small steps still lead in the right direction. It's still progress. Okay? And if you do have anyone who is close to you, perhaps try to spend a little bit of time with them, whether that's a close friend or family, whoever that may be, if you have anyone. Yeah. And let's see what the Moon Rhetorical has to say. Okay, we have Moonbeam. You were on the right path. And Hecate. Change is important, release the past. Of course, I opened the book right to Moonbeam. Moonbeam, you are on the right path. If you pay attention, you will notice the universe sends you signals regarding your path and purpose. It shows you where you need to go and what you need to do. So, again, you're on the right path. You're making progress. You're taking small steps. That's still progress, okay? Just by... Change doesn't have to be massive, okay? It can be something small just like this. You're still putting yourself out there. Even if it is in, like, a small way. You're still kind of here chatting a little bit with complete strangers and people who don't know. That's still a step in the right direction. And Hecate, Change is important, release the past. Hecate is the Greek goddess of magic, witchcraft, crossroads, ghosts, herbs, and poisonous plants. She is the protector and liberator of women, and the breaker of the chains created by man. Free and independent, she is love and anger, light and darkness. She is the priestess of the dark moon. Hecate is a witch. Hecate can see in all directions and all points in time. The past, the present, and the future. She is here to remind you that changes are crucial for growth. She has seen it firsthand. Sometimes she asks us to let go of what is familiar in order to travel to the darker places of our soul. But do not fear. Those who seek Hecate's protection can move safely in the darkness. So, again, challenge those fears as they arise, okay? Sometimes things may go better than you expect. And it's important that we don't let past experiences influence how we actually move forward. We can still experience things in a completely different way. Okay. And the Threads of Fate card here is Surrender. Okay. Surrender. We often hear the word surrender being thrown around in intentional communities, and rightfully so. This is one of the primary lessons we are on Earth to learn. It is also one of the most challenging. Surrender is to have our human nature take a back seat. This is not easy, and we can find ourselves saying, I know how I should look at this, but we struggle when it comes to actually embodying it and putting it into practice. When we're working with larger concepts, it is important to break it down. Rather than embracing surrender like a mantra, enter into a dialogue with it. What does it mean? What does it look like? If you were to surrender, how would you feel? How would you move through life? How would your heart, soul, mind, and body feel? With the situation at hand, how would you engage differently? What are small things you can do daily that hold a container for surrender? Consider journaling around these questions and sit with what this card means for you and how you can integrate it. With this deck, there are animal, plant, and stone associations. The animal association here is polar bear. The polar bear evolved 150,000 years ago from brown bears. It migrated north, and in doing so had to evolve in order to adapt to its new environment. Sometimes to surrender, we must shapeshift. Polar bear reigns in its ecosystem and easily survives in the harshest climate in the world, because it surrendered to the environment. When we are struggling with our human nature, our need to control and know, invoke the spirit of polar bear to transmute the resistance and allow it to lead you into personal evolution. Often the only thing standing in the way of our own power is our lack of willingness to see it manifested differently than we imagined. Okay. That is kind of going in line with challenging those beliefs and such. And sometimes we do kind of feel pulled towards something that we know we should be doing, or an idea of sorts of something that we could try, rather. And we end up ignoring it out of fear because we don't know where it leads. Willow is the plant association here. One of the most magical things about willow is that a fallen branch can regrow into a tree. It contains a growth hormone that creates rapid rooting. In fact, you can use willow in aiding other plants in growing. Willow is an ally of rooting where you are. So often we want to be elsewhere, living in a different place, doing different work. We are reaching, but sometimes we are not sure for what. It is often our resistance to our current environment that prevents us from moving on. Working with willow will allow you to root into your life, surrendering to what it is teaching you now, and in turn holding space for new ventures and new growth. We can't get to where we want to be without being where we are. Yeah. Sometimes that is the case. And the stone association is cryolite. Cryolite assists us in aligning with our spiritual knowing, with our logic, intelligence, and awareness. It represents a new consciousness. Oftentimes, when we have awakened to our deepest knowings, we begin to see all of the things in this world that are out of alignment. We want to be of benefit to others and this earth, but can become disillusioned by all that is wrong. Cryolite magic helps us accept where we are, allowing us to become clear on where we want to go, and how we can further that work. Sit with cryolite and ask it, where do I need to surrender that will allow both personal and widespread progress? How can I hold space for this progress? Interesting. So, essentially this card poses a lot of questions. Mainly, what is it that we're resisting? Why are we resisting it? Maybe it's time to examine that and see what that means for you. So, I hope that message helped. Okay. Good, I'm glad. And thank you. Okay. Okay, and let's see what closing message they have for us. What message would you like to close us out with? Very simple message here, okay? A very necessary message here, since it seems like a lot of us are kind of struggling with this currently. We have the Six of Cups reversed, the Star, Strength, and the Emperor. There really has been a lot of major arcana energy today. So, things in the future may seem very uncertain. You may fear it and what it holds because you're not sure what the future holds for you, where you're being led, and what's going to happen in the future with your future. And you may be feeling like you have no sense of control over your life. And you've probably felt like giving up a lot. However, you do have control, okay? The Emperor is here to remind you of that. You do have control. You can still make decisions and choices for yourself. Okay? But focus on what actually is in your control, okay? Do not focus on the things that are out of your control, because you can't really do much about that, okay? And that's only going to cause you frustration and just pain. Okay? And keep holding on to hope here, okay? Keep holding on to hope. And keep holding on. Even if things feel quite uncertain, very unstable, and just generally not so great currently, okay? Keep holding on, and keep holding on to hope. Okay? I do just kind of want to check I'm gonna check what's on the bottom of the deck here, okay? Ace of Coins. Opportunities, expansion, growth in the future. Okay? This is what's on the horizon. This is what's on the horizon. Even if you can't see it yet. This is what lies ahead. Let's see what the Moon Witch Oracle wants to add here. Okay. Moon rhetorical is vision. Get clear on what you want. If you do not know what you want, it is practically impossible to obtain or request it. You need clarity. Your desire must be clearly defined. Often our vision clouds when we are busy, distracted, or overwhelmed. Having a clear vision means living life with less confusion and doubt, even in these times. Your desires are ever-changing. Sometimes you have the same desire for years and years, and other times your desires change by the hour. So whether it is something you have wanted all your life, or something you have only just realized, clarify what you want at this moment. If anything changes in the future, simply adjust, pivot, or redirect. It is okay to change your mind. If you want clarity on your vision, remove the excess. Find clarity regarding what matters by ridding yourself of everything that does not. Find the light. Create your space. Do one thing at a time. Eliminate distractions. It is time to experiment and challenge yourself. And if you don't know what you want quite yet, that's okay. As the card says, now is the time to experiment, okay? Dip your toes into something and see what happens with it, okay? Just see what happens. See how you feel with it. And from there, if you feel like it doesn't fit, try something else. However, if it does feel good, but something's not quite right, make small adjustments. And also, as this card says, take things one thing at a time. Okay? One thing at a time. One step at a time, one day at a time, okay? It's okay if you don't have the clarity on what you want right now, okay? Should I do the same thing with the moon rhetorical that I did with the tarot? Pull from the bottom? I think I will. So, let's see what it has. Yes. Just go for it. Thank you, deck. Yes, just go for it. It is time to chase your dreams. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. Remember, the universe supports your journey, your ideas, and your intentions. Let the momentum of the universe push you to success. Today is the day to do it. So I guess there's your answer. And let's see what the Thera-pets deck wants to add here. Okay. We have, there's no need to be so hard on yourself. You're managing as best as you can. You are enough today, tomorrow, always. You are worth taking care of. You are going to get through this just fine. And one that they really like telling us, it's your weirdness that makes you wonderful. Which is true. We're all a little weird, okay? In our own ways. So I hope that message helps. But unfortunately, it is time for me to call it here. Thank you all for stopping by, whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked. I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon, but bye for now. Thank you for